Hi there, Jack Rogers here. I hope everybody is well, and in this video we are going to be walking through a video script formula that our Done For You team uses to generate endless scripts. So this video is going to be absolutely perfect for you if you are sort of experiencing subpar results with your creative testing campaign, or you're just struggling to come up with new ideas. So with that being said, let's jump straight into it. And as a bonus, in the end of this video, I do run through 3 different examples that you can copy and implement directly into your creative testing campaign. So you can mix these sections up and test different variations as much as you'd like. But I tend to find from personal experience that keeping the formula the same in terms of the structure is the best way to get results, but also produce creatives faster. So what is the video formula that I recommend? You want to start with the hook. You then want to dive into the problem. You want to agitate on that problem. You then want to present your product as the solution, and then you want to give an action. So let's jump into each of these. So to start with, you've got the hook. And I will always record my hook, which is the first 1 to 5 seconds, separate to the core script formula. So what I'll do is I'll record it separately and edit them together. And the reason behind this is the hook is arguably the most important part, right? It stops the scroll, it gets the audience to engage with us through the feed or on stories. So I put the majority of my time into testing different hooks. And what I want to do is be able to test hooks in a very quick and easy way without affecting the core script. So I would highly recommend you record the main body of the video, record the hooks separately, put them together, and then you can easily edit and test out different hooks based on the hook rate that your videos are getting. Now, if you are after sort of video hooks, there's 2 resources in here. The Loom video has 6 different that you can test out with examples. Or you've got a Google Docs here which has 35 copy and paste hooks that you can implement directly into your business. Now, after we have worked on the hook, you then want to go into the problem. The problem is essentially, what is the thing that's keeping your customer up at night? What does your product solve that a customer faces? And understanding what issues your customers face is crucial to not only for like product development, but for how you can market your product effectively. Now, if you're after sort of tips and tricks on how to find your market's problems, I would highly recommend you go over to the Go and Gather Your Raw Materials video, and this will essentially teach you step by step how to do market research and find those pain points for your audience. Now, once I've introduced the problem that the audience is facing, I really want to build on this and wiggle around. And agitation is essentially about making that pain point more powerful and reminding the customer of why it's a problem for them. So a problem might be, if we take a skincare example, maybe the problem is they're dealing with acne. And in the agitate part, what are the implications of acne, right? Maybe it's a confidence issue. Maybe they're struggling with low confidence levels. It means they don't want to leave the house. They don't want to live life to the fullest. Maybe it's a case that maybe you're a bit more B2B in it. You'll prevent whatever the issue they're facing is preventing them from hitting their goal or pushing their business forward. So you want to really, once you issue the problem that they're facing, you really want to dive into that, why it's a problem for them, and build on that, get our audience in a really emotional state, because emotion sells the best. Now, after you have agitated on the problem, you want to present your product as the solution. So you want to tell the audience how you solve their pain. And this is where you want to paint yourself as the hero, riding in on a white horse to make everything better again. And you want to make sure that you address how your solution addresses and solves their problem and how it can take away the pain. So if we carry on with the skincare issue, our product has been known to solve acne for over 10,000 happy clients. So you can have confidence again. You don't feel You don't feel anxious every time you leave the house. You just want to make sure that everybody knows that when you tell them the problem, that you are the superior solution to solve their pain. Now, once you explain that your product is the solution, you want to hit the audience with a CTA, and we want to essentially tell our audience what to do next. Whether that's going to be click here to get 10% off your next order, whether that's click here to book a call. We just want to let our audience know what actions to take, and most importantly, what's going to happen after they click the CTA. Now, if you're after sort of CTA examples, I've got a document here with 10 plug and play CTAs that you can copy and implement directly into your business. Now, on this final slide, I'm not going to sort of run through this with you, but feel free to obviously have a little rummage around here. There's 4 examples of video scripts that fit this framework perfectly, and this will give you an idea of how you can structure them, and you can even copy these ideas directly into your account. So I hope all this makes sense. Any questions, any concerns, please let me know.